What religion is. Can God ever be anything other than something to fill a gap in our knowledge? 500 years ago, the commonly accepted view of the universe was that the earth stood at the centre and all the heavenly bodies revolved in procession around it. This idea was constructed by the religious interpretation of holy texts, and belief in it was enforced by the churches of the time. When Galileo came along, he proved that this interpretation of the holy text was wrong, and in so doing proved that the Bible is not the infallible Word of God. He was put under house arrest by the church for the last 10 years of his life, and his book was banned, all in an attempt to silence him. Why would the church go to these lengths if they did not feel that their belief in God was threatened, and so too the seat of their power? Upon realising that Galileo was right all along, the church scrambled to find a new interpretation of their ancient scribblings which would fit with the reality of the universe, hardly the actions of men who are convinced of the veracity of their beliefs. Over the course of time, between the concept of a deity and today, the faithful have claimed that their God is the only path to truth. Every claim of truth they have subsequently made has been shown for the utter nonsense it is by the only method of discovering the truth that has any credible track record at delivering results: science. Each time the religious claim is refuted by the scientific method, there is a period of scrabbling and reinterpretation of the holy words to fit with reality. Never more pronounced an example of this do we see than the Catholic religion, who so fears the advances the scientific method is capable of that they have set up a whole branch of theology dedicated to keeping apace with scientific thinking, not to further human knowledge, but to more swiftly react with theology when the next inevitable advance comes that threatens their cocooned beliefs. I wonder how many Christians realise that if they were to express the beliefs they hold today, 500 years ago, they would be put to death, probably after days of the most horrific torture, by the very church that holds so much sway with them. In reality, religion has been backed into so small a corner that most religious people now will accept that the scientific method makes all the discoveries about the physical universe, and instead claim that God provides answers that the scientific method can't broach. In other words, they have conceded that religion is impotent when it comes to discovering the truth about the universe in any practical way, and have instead focused their efforts on trying to align it with philosophy. This is a nefarious and asinine attempt to keep the sinking ship from totally submerging, for not only has religion never given humanity the promised answers to the universe, but it has done much worse when it comes to delivering truths about the human condition. We need only look to the indelible mark that religious doctrines have left on our history to realise that religion is no substitute for real philosophy. From the religious crusades of the Dark Ages to genital mutilation of infants and adults, from fostering the divisions of tribalism to the wholehearted support for murder. Make no mistake, religion holds no truths. It is not the way forward for humanity. What religion is the most pure and unadulterated form of evil humans have ever inflicted upon one another.